just took out something.
Okay. All right. Not a big deal.
7.
Is everybody all set? Okay. All right. You ready?
7:04.
7:04. Okay. I'd like to call the town board meeting of November 15th, 2022 to order. Please rise and join us for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Please remain standing for a moment of silence to remember those who served our country in the past and for those who continue to protect our country today. Thank you. Please note the emergency exits are the door you came in and the door behind us. At this time, I make a motion to open the public hearing on our Dover Ridge Assessment Roll 2023.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
What time?
7:05.
Okay. Did you receive any written comments?
I have not.
Okay. And nobody's here to speak? The assessment rolls are remaining the same as they were last year. There's no increase on the assessment rolls for the Dover Ridge water and sewer on the assessment rolls. I make a motion to close the public hearing.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
7:06.
Okay. It's closed. Okay. Now I would like to invite, we have two guests that we've been working on this project for a number of years. Adam Thyberg and Francis O'Shea, right? Okay, so I'm not sure which one wants to give his presentation first. Just be careful of the heater, that you don't get too close. And they're going to introduce themselves and explain the project that they have come to discuss with us. Take your time. No rush. Take your time.
What's the other guy's name? Adam and what?
Oh, Francis O'Shea.
Francis O'Shea.
Sounds like
Good evening. Adam Thyberg from Insight Engineering, Surveying, Landscape Architecture, PC. I'm also joined by Francis O'Shea of the Trust for Public Land. So tonight we're here to give an overview of two subdivisions that were recently approved by the Planning Board that are part of a bigger open space initiative spearheaded by Francis's organization, the Trust for Public Land. So to start with an overview of the big picture, and Fran can weigh in on specific details, but the Trust is in the process of acquiring the areas that you see highlighted here in orange and in purple. As you can see, there is the Appalachian Trail runs through here. Further to the east, we've got the multi-use area, and adjacent, contiguous to that, we've got two highlighted areas here, which are about 500 acres of property that are going to be acquired by the Trust, ultimately to be conveyed to the New York State DEC, to be held as open space. Now, most of the properties that make up these highlighted areas are whole properties, whole lots, but two of the properties needed to be subdivided. So the first among those was the area here you see highlighted in orange. That's Camp Ludington, the Girl Scouts camp. This one was both of them were subdivided because the current owners needed to retain a portion of the property to continue their operations. So again, the first one being Camp Ludington, this lower area here down toward Payne Road is to be retained by the Girl Scouts and will continue to operate as a camp. The upper portion will be part of, and you can see it here in orange, that is to be part of the transaction with the Trust. The second subdivision, you can see in this purple area, it's kind of nestled between Depot Hill and Great Hollow Road. It's something like that. Again, A portion of that property was to remain with the current owner. So you can see the 12 acres here were peeled off through the subdivision to remain with the current owner under the current use, and the larger area, again, is part of this transaction. So the reason we're here tonight is because the town typically requires a recreation fee for new lots created through subdivision. This is generally to provide the town with the opportunity to provide proportional recreational amenities to the town population. Usually when you create new lots through subdivision, it's because you're going to build a house or do some other type of development, which would theoretically increase demand for recreational amenities, parks, sports facilities, things of that nature. In this case, there's no development associated with either of these subdivisions or the overall project in general. So really, this project is creating public amenities, public recreation opportunities without increasing the demand for those opportunities. So it's kind of doing the reverse thing. So the reason we're here tonight is to request that the board move to waive the recreation fees associated with the two subdivisions. And just further to that, just want to mention, as was mentioned by the supervisor, that these two subdivisions are kind of the beginning of the end of what's been a big project and the culmination of years of effort by the Conservation Advisory Council, Trust for Public Land, members of the Beekman community, just to name a few. So thank you for having us tonight, and we're happy to respond to any questions you might have.
Leonard?
Good question. I know some people live up on Depot Hill Road. Is any of those residents going to be affected by what you want to do?
When you say affected by, sir, what do you mean?
Well, obviously, from what he's saying, you're not going to build on it.
Correct.
But I know some people live up near the Appalachian Trail.
Mm-hmm.
So I assume that will have no bearing on changing anything to a person who owns property.
The only change would be that eventually these lands would be publicly accessible as a part of the DEC's portfolio of property.
Okay, the reason I ask that is, one time the town did have access to over by Frog Hollow Road, and that property behind it was supposed to be forever green.
Mm-hmm.
It turned out that the guy who owns Dick's Corporation bought it, put a white deer farm back there, and he kind of like bought it out from underneath the town, but didn't know it.
Yeah, that would not be possible. Well, I'm not an attorney, a constitutional attorney, but once land goes into the ownership of New York State Department of Environmental Conservation, it cannot be resold for such purposes.
Okay.
But if it did, I could tell you the name of who to talk to. That would definitely help you bother them about it. But in all seriousness, that's not a concern here. The purpose of our organization is to enact transactions like this that will ensure permanent stewardship for the public good. It's a good question, though.
Could you just discuss the tax impact to the town that
Sure,
this would have?
absolutely. That's actually the reason why Adam is working with me right now, which is that this, as Adam mentioned and you intoned earlier, this is a many years effort on our part. Originally, this orange property was not a part of the deal, so to speak. The original intention had been to convey also this non-highlighted area to the north, but for various reasons that wasn't possible. And in order to proceed, we need in order to proceed in any transaction with the Department of Environmental Conservation, they have a standing policy that requires letters of support from the local municipal leaders. And in this case, DEC informed us that in order to, well, let me put it this way, we were encouraged to find a minimum of 500 acres of land, because at that point, DEC will pay all local and town school taxes and local taxes. So we needed to find, since we lost this land, new land, which we managed to do through our partnership with the Girl Scouts at Camp Ludington.
That was wonderful, because I know, how many years have you worked on it?
It's been from before I came here. This will be my 5th year in May.
Okay, so we both came around the same time
Yeah,
and started discussing
that's right.
it. Okay.
And my predecessor had been working on it at the time. It was actually a big problem for us, obviously, because with the loss of this northern land, we didn't have a deal, and so it
Right.
lay fallow for what ended up being many years. For us, of course, it's important to note that the camp operation, such as it is, won't be directly affected in the sense that this land is largely used seasonally, and it won't affect the Camp Corps. And so while we're happy to partner with the Girl Scouts and ensure that that land would never be developed for any reason, it won't negatively affect the campers that might use that facility. And just to be clear, this land the town received no taxes on before, and I believe they will now once the town assessor assesses its nominal land value. You'll actually be talking about an increase in tax rolls in the town of Beekman.
Right. How soon between when you take this property does the DEC take over?
As soon
That would be when we get the taxes. I'm
yeah.
curious.
Oh, well, actually, I need to file for. We can talk offline about that. I would as soon as possible.
Okay.
We're hoping within 12 months
Okay.
from the time we close.
And how soon do you think you'll be able to close?
There are some remaining technical hurdles to the approval of the subdivision, both for what I'm calling Depot Hill or the Great Hollow parcels, as well as Camp Bloodington. But hopefully within the next, weeks or a few months at the most.
Good.
Yeah.
Well, I congratulate you on all your hard work for the last 5 years. You've really been dedicated to it. I know you've had various conversations with Cliff, and I credit Cliff for leading the charge for the town of Beekman and his committee, and we appreciate it. You are really wonderful, Clifford.
Mr. Schwartz says that he's really wonderful, in case anyone and I agree with that.
The question of time, actually, I was a couple years working with the
Wow.
process
I can see.
on the same thing.
Yeah, Ben wanted.
That you maybe remember, it all fell apart because
Yes.
they weren't able to purchase the land.
Right.
And it was a family feud thing, and then I guess he got through it.
So far.
Right.
Thank you very much, Supervisor. It's great to hear that. We appreciate it. This is why we do it. So
Great. No, this has been a really wonderful partnership, and I think the town will benefit from the recreational opportunities and not losing tax and gaining tax to top it off. So,
Absolutely.
It's
That's
a
right.
win-win for everyone all around, and I appreciate you gentlemen coming on this particular night when the weather's not so great, and I apologize for the lack of heat. That was unintentional on our part to have the furnace break, so we really appreciate it. Was there anything else you wanted to share? Or?
No, other than to thank the board and obviously to consider our proposal and our request, just in furtherance of getting this deal done and keeping the economics a little bit more beneficial for TPL, and obviously for creating a great amenity for the public in the future and preserving this great piece of property.
Great, and it's on our agenda tonight.
Great.
And the planning board recommended us to go forward with waiving the fees.
Thank you.
So I think it's a collaborative effort, and we appreciate you coming tonight.
Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye. Safe travels home, gentlemen.
If I may just ask about procedurally, that'll be moved on this evening, and we'll get some kind of correspondence from your office about
Yes,
that,
you know
or-
what, I'm going to ask, because I have to go out of town for a family funeral tomorrow.
I'm sorry to
But
hear
if
that.
you could reach out to them and just let them know that it passed, maybe give them a certified resolution. How would you like that?
Wonderful, that'd be great. And,
Okay.
And just again, to be clear, it's the two subdivisions, if we can make it applicable to both,
Right.
obviously.
Okay,
All right,
great.
thank you.
Yep, it's both of them. All right, you take care.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Take care.
Okay, let me run through the resolutions. We have 1 and 2 are our board meeting minutes. Resolution number 3 is approving the Dover Ridge Water and Sewer Assessment Roll that we had talked about with the public hearing a few moments ago. Again, there are no changes from last year's assessment rolls to this year's. Number 4 is amend and adopt the final 2023 budget. And I want to thank everyone who worked very hard together. Again, teamwork and a collaborative effort to get the budget passed. We have not gone over the cap, which had been our intentions not to go over the cap. We've remained at the same 1.98 tax rate that we were at last year, and we're very pleased that we were able to accomplish that, keeping in mind the taxpayers and the difficult economic climate. Number 5 is approving the application and certification for payment, number 5, for Town Hall Accessibility Improvement Project. Number 6, we're doing appointments to the Zoning Board of Appeals. Ed Powers is going to, he's been on the zoning board for a number of years. Due to some work commitments, it's difficult for him to get there on a regular basis. He's going to step down to an alternate, and Phil Capalbo is going to step back onto the zoning board once again. We're going to, on number 7, authorize waiving the recreation fee for the TPL, the Trust for Public Land, that we just heard from the gentleman. Number 8, we're going to approve a contract monitoring the short-term rentals within the town of Beekman with the company Granicus, and I'm just going to ask everyone to correct their copy. There's a typo over there with Granicus. It's Granicus. Resolution number 9 is the town hall alarm system. We've waited for the renovations to be complete with our windows and doors to replace our current systems with a much more effective system, and we'll be passing that tonight. We had gotten a couple of years ago a grant of $12,000 to go towards that. Number 10 is a resolution for the emergency replacement of the town hall boiler. As I said, we at the moment have no heat because the boiler has a large crack in it and leaked all the water in the furnace room, and we are looking at how we will do that, if it can be repaired or if it needs to be replaced. We are also investigating our warranty. Number 11 is our payment of claims. Okay, and I think, let me just see. Right, the one thing I neglected to say about Doyle Security is that they are on the New York State Office of General Service bid list. Okay. Ezio?
Okay, I'll get started.
Thank you.
Whereas Town Clerk Lorraine Epitone has provided copies of the minutes of the October 25th, 2022 Town Board meeting to all members of the Beekman Town Board. Whereas the Town Board members have had the opportunity to review such minutes, now therefore be resolved, the Town Board hereby adopts the minutes of the October 25th, 2022 Town Board meeting.
I'll second.
Town Board discussion. Hearing none, roll call vote, please.
Councilman Benalini?
Aye.
Councilwoman Warman?
Aye.
And Supervisor Cavucci?
Aye.
Resolution passes.
Whereas Deputy Town Clerk Amy Getz has provided copies of the minutes of the November 3rd, 2022 Town Board meeting to all members of the Beekman Town Board, and whereas the Town Board members have had the opportunity to review said minutes, now therefore be it resolved, the Town Board hereby adopts the minutes of the November 3rd, 2022 Town Board meeting.
Second.
Town Board discussion. Hearing none, roll call vote, please.
Councilman Benalini?
Aye.
Councilwoman Warman?
Aye.
Supervisor Cavucci?
Aye.
Resolution passes.
Whereas the assessor to the town of Beekman has completed and filed assessment rolls for the Dover Ridge Water and Sewer District pursuant to Article 15 of New York State Town Law, and whereas a public hearing was held on November 15th, 2022 for the Dover Ridge Assessment Roll, now therefore be it resolved that the Dover Ridge Sewer District Assessment Roll be hereby affirmed and adopted as originally proposed and filed in the office of the Town Clerk of the Town of Beekman, and be it further resolved, the supervisor be and hereby is directed to transmit a copy of said assessment roll to the Board of Legislators of the county to be levied and assessed upon the lots and parcels of lands listed in said assessment roll at the time and in the manner provided by law of the state, county, and town taxes.
I will second that.
Town Board discussion. Hearing none, roll call vote, please.
Councilman Benalini?
Aye.
Councilwoman Warman?
Aye.
Supervisor Cavucci?
Aye.
Resolution passes.
Whereas the 2023 tentative budget was filed with the Town Clerk by the Town Supervisor on September 29, 2022, and presented to the Town Board on October 4, 2022, which has been amended by the Town Board, and whereas the Town Board filed 2023 preliminary budget on October 25, 2022, and conducted a public hearing on the 2023 preliminary budget on November 3, 2022, now therefore be resolved, that the following amendments are to be made to the 2023 preliminary budget, and said amendments are to be reflected in the 2023 adopted budget. And be it further resolved that the Town Board approves the following amendments to the 2023 preliminary budget for the 2023 Town of Beekman adopted budget, and does authorize the town bookkeeper to make these amendments and to present the 2023 adopted town budget to the town clerk for submission to the County of Dutchess, and it is as follows.
I'll second.
Town board discussion? Hearing none, roll call vote, please.
Councilman Badalini.
Aye.
Councilwoman Warman.
Aye.
And Supervisor Cavucci.
Aye.
Resolution passes.
Whereas the Town of Beekman is a party to contract with Barone Construction Group, the contractor, for the continuation of the project known as the Town Hall Accessibility Improvement Project, and whereas the contractor has submitted an application and certification for payment number 5 dated November 4th, 2022, requesting payment in the amount of $553,000 and $314.50, less 5% retainage, which would be $27,665.72, less payment number 1 through 4, which would be $365,000, $775.75, for a total of $159,873.03. Whereas the contractor has requested full or partial payment of the items on the continuation sheet that is attached to the payment request application, covering the period of July 1st, 2022 through October 31st, 2022. And whereas the town engineer has reviewed the request and agrees with the quantity of work completed per the continuation sheet of application number 5, and has recommended that the town board make payment as requested. Now therefore be it resolved that the town board hereby authorizes the supervisor of the town of Beekman to make payment to Barone Construction Group, Inc. as requested in application and certification for payment number 5 in the amount not to exceed $159,873.03.
I'll second.
Town board discussion? Hearing none, roll call vote, please.
Councilman Badalini.
Aye.
Councilwoman Warman.
Aye.
And Supervisor Cavucci.
Aye.
Resolution passes.
Whereas the town board makes appointments to various boards, and whereas Ed Powers has requested to be made an alternate to the board due to work limitations, and Phil Capalbo has expressed an interest in being reinstated to the board, now therefore be it resolved that the town makes the following appointments to the Zoning Board of Appeals. Ed Powers, alternate, term to expire December 31st, 2024. Phil Capalbo, term to expire December 31st, 2023, and be it further resolved that all appointments are contingent upon completion and submission of the disclosure of interest statement pursuant to Chapter 19-9 of the Town Code, unless already on file and the information has not changed, complete all necessary requirements of the position, and be it further resolved that all appointees shall file their oath of office with the town clerk of the Town of Beekman prior to serving their term.
I will second that.
Town board discussion? Hearing none, roll call vote.
Sorry. Councilman Badalini.
Aye.
Councilwoman Warman.
Aye.
And Supervisor Cavucci.
Aye.
Resolution passes.
Whereas the planning board has recently conveyed conditional approval on two lot subdivisions. In both cases, the subdivision creates one lot that will remain under its current ownership and use, and the other will be sold to the Trust for Public Land, the applicant. The resulting large swath of contiguous land is then to be conveyed to the New York State DEC. Whereas this is the culmination of years of effort by town residents, the Conservation Advisory Council, and the applicant, and will provide an open space amenity that will connect to the Appalachian Trail and other open space resources. And whereas the planning board has also expressed its recommendation that the recreation fees be waived. Now therefore be resolved that the town board of the Town of Beekman hereby waives the recreation fees associated with the proposed subdivision.
I'll second.
Town board discussion?
Does that need to be noted that it's for both of them? I mean, it's this proposed subdivisions, I guess that should say, correct? Because there's two of them.
Yes.
Okay.
So we're going to make a friendly amendment to make it, instead of proposed subdivision,
Make it proposed subdivisions,
Plural.
just so it's clear
Yes.
that it's, it's
Okay.
for both of them. Okay.
could I get a second on the friendly amendment to make it?
I'll second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Now
I
let's
just want
vote
to see, I'm sorry, where is it?
at the bottom.
It's the last sentence. It just says subdivision. I want it to be plural, so it's clear that it's
Oh,
for both
okay.
subdivisions.
The first sentence says on two lot subdivisions, but we needed to have the plural.
Okay. So Ezio seconded?
Yes.
Right. Okay, now I need a second for the original.
I'll second the-
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, so we're good with that.
Did you want to do a roll call vote on it? You're just doing all in favor?
I just did aye on that because we did the other one. Whereas the Town Board of the Town of Beekman on September 13, 2022 adopted local law number 2 of 2022 entitled, "A Local Law to Establish a New Chapter 126.1 of the Code of the Town of Beekman, to be known as short-term rentals, and to amend Chapter 155 of the Code of the Town of Beekman entitled Zoning regarding short-term rentals. And whereas the Dutchess County has obtained the services of Granicus to monitor short-term rental properties within the county and allow up to $5,000 towards this service, now therefore be it resolved that the town supervisor is hereby authorized to sign the attached agreement with Granicus in the amount not to exceed $4,300.
I'll second.
Town board discussion? The $5,000 that the county is allowing the different municipalities who sign on with this monitoring group. So the $4,300 is not going to come out of taxpayer money. It's going to be funded from the county. Let's do a roll call vote, please.
Councilman Badalini?
Aye.
Councilwoman Warman?
Aye.
And Supervisor Cavucci?
Aye.
Resolution passes.
Whereas the security system at Town Hall needs to be updated due to the ADA renovation project to safeguard the building and records against fire and/or burglary, and whereas the town has received a DASNY grant in the amount of $12,000 to be used to offset the cost of the alarm system, and whereas the town has received proposals in accordance with the town's procurement policy, now therefore be it resolved that the town board hereby accepts the proposal by Doyle Security Systems to purchase a central fire and burglar alarm system for Town Hall at a cost of $20,095.55 minus the $12,000 grant, with a monthly monitoring fee of $35. And be it further resolved that the supervisor be and hereby is authorized to sign any and all documents associated with the rental, maintenance, and monitoring of a security and fire alarm system in accordance with the proposal received from Doyle Security Systems dated September 6, 2022.
I'll second it.
Town board discussion? Roll call vote, please.
Councilman Badalini?
Aye.
Councilwoman Warman?
Aye.
And Supervisor Cavucci?
Aye.
Resolution passes.
I guess we need a new boiler. It's cold in here. Whereas General Municipal Law Section 103(4) permits the town to enter into a contract for work needed without competitive bidding, where the town board declares that the situation to be a public emergency, and whereas the town boiler used to heat the upstairs of Town Hall is leaking water and not operational, and the cost of repairs may not be cost beneficial to the town. Now therefore be it resolved that the town board hereby authorizes the supervisor to execute an agreement on behalf of the town of Beekman for the purchase or repair of the boiler, and be further resolved that the bookkeeper is authorized and directed to pay the cost of a duly executed contract and certified claims.
I'll second.
Town board discussion? Hearing none, roll call vote, please.
Councilman Badalini?
Aye.
Councilwoman Warman?
Aye.
And Supervisor Cavucci?
Aye.
Resolution passes.
Okay. Whereas the bookkeeper has audited and approved claims pursuant to Section 119 of Town Law as set forth in the attached abstracts, be it resolved that the payment therefore is hereby authorized as follows. Claims to be paid from the A General Fund, $102,043.15. Claims to be paid from the DA Highway Fund, $18,676.90. Claims to be paid from the SS Dover Ridge Sewer District, $4,803.84. Claims to be paid from the SW Dover Ridge Water District, $2,798.63. Claims to be paid from the T Trust Fund, $38,998.52. Claims to be paid from the H Capital Fund, $171,014.65, for a total of $338,335.69. Payroll number 2 paid on 10/27/2022. General Fund, $33,047.87. Highway Fund, $23,603.60, for a total of $56,651.47. Payroll 23 paid on 11/10/2022. General Fund, $32,558.22. Highway Fund, $20,714.83, for a total of $53,273.05.
I'll second that.
Town Board discussion? Hearing none, roll call vote, please.
Councilman Badalini?
Aye.
Councilwoman Mormon?
Aye.
And Supervisor Capucci?
Aye.
Resolution passes.
Okay. And I am going to invite Leonard up for general comments. You signed up for general comments, right? Yeah.
I wanted to question the library and the resolution that was on the ballot. I assume it passed, although I didn't have access to find out whether or not it did. My question is, did Unionville also vote on that?
No, they would not have voted on that. They've removed themselves from the library district.
So they can't use our library?
At the moment, no.
They can use some
They
services.
can use some services, but not all services. And my
Okay,
understanding is they're starting
And
their own library.
what is the amount of tax increase per resident? You know what that is?
I don't have what it would be per resident from the library, no.
Okay. The other question was, do you have any input on what happened at the Oktoberfest?
For the seniors?
The Oktoberfest at Recreation Center.
It was my I was not there.
It was well attended and it was a very nice event.
Well, I just, again, reports, like, what's going on?
How
since-
many? There was over 100 that came. I don't have the exact number. Danny would have that. Is that what you want to know?
No, I'm saying because this is a public meeting,
Yes.
I would think that the public should know, because they don't come, and obviously they don't, except me and Clifford tonight, would want to know what exactly, you said it was well attended and all that other stuff, but there should be a report generated on something so that people in the town would know what's going on. To that extent, what Dollar General is almost completely built, I believe, but nobody knows when that's going to open up. And does anybody in the town board know? Does the planning board know?
Yeah,
When does it open?
I think they know.
No, you don't know. And
It's not the planning board.
the last thing I want to talk about is, and it really has nothing to do with the town per se, I am tired of the no bail law. I think that even though we are just a small town, we should put out there that we are not in favor of that no bail law in case somebody does decide to shoot somebody. My wife decides to shoot me or somebody in the town. Although I didn't say that, right? I take that, erase that. That they do away with this no cash bail. I mean, it takes Nancy Pelosi's husband to get shot or to be stabbed in the back of the head for them to throw the book at the guy who did it. But yet, a person who's been arrested 16, 17 times is allowed out without a bond. So that's really basically all I had to say.
Okay, thank you. Okay, do you have something?
Just a general comment.
Yeah.
Okay, well, the fire department is sponsoring a Santa, Cookies with Santa on December 4th.
Nice.
Okay, whoever's interested. I have something from the Recreation Department. I guess they're sponsoring what they call Light Up Beekman. So I'll read this from them. It's Let's Light Up Beekman. We're asking all businesses and homeowners in the town of Beekman to help us light up Beekman. Remember the days of driving around in your neighborhood, listening to holiday music while in your PJs, looking at all the homes and businesses decorated. Wouldn't it be great to see that in Beekman? If you'd like to participate, we ask that you send us an email or call the office so we can add you to the list. We will be spotlighting different homes and businesses during December via Facebook, Instagram, and our email blast. All we ask is to have your decorations up by December 11th. On the 11th, we will have our first annual Light Up Beekman motorcade, starting at Town Hall, heading down Route 55 to Beekman Road, ending at Recreation Park, where Santa will meet the children with a small gift. The motorcade lineup is at 5 p.m. at the Town Hall. Decorate your vehicle and head to the Rec Park, view lights and routes. The contest starting December 11th, residents will have the opportunity to view the businesses and homes listed and vote on their favorites. All votes must be submitted by the Google survey. Voting will close at 11:59 p.m. on Sunday, December 18th. Awards will be announced on Monday, December 19th. Is this on our website so that people?
It's on the recreation, and we can put it on ours also,
Okay.
yeah.
So if you want more.
And she'll send out email blasts.
Okay, great.
Yep.
That's all I have. Thank you.
Great. What was the date and the time again, so that, just to repeat that?
It starts December 11th.
The parade.
And it ends, the parade
The parade.
is, I'm sorry?
Yeah, the parade.
Yeah, the parade is December
December 11th, right?
11th.
Okay.
And
At 5 o'clock?
At 5 o'clock.
Okay.
At the Town Hall.
Okay,
Would
thank you.
Would you like to go? You want a copy of this?
No, I have a copy, but I'll give it to Lorene for her minutes, if you would like.
Thank you.
Okay. All right, anything else? No. We all set? Okay. So then, the final thing is I'd like to wish everybody a happy Thanksgiving.
There was one thing, did you have the information on the Christmas party, the senior Christmas party? Did we not bring it up?
No, I think you're right. Wait a minute.
Danny had sent over a copy of that. I think it's
I think it
December
got lost in
14th.
my, no, I have it
Okay.
somewhere. It got lost in my
Is
shuffle.
it on the website?
Oh, I had a lot of stuff. Yeah,
I
it's
didn't
on
see
our
anything
website,
yet.
but I have it. Hold on. There we are. There's Santa. Okay, thank you. Beekman East Fishkill senior citizens are having their Christmas party Wednesday, December 14, 2022, from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. at Mill Creek Caterers on Route 376. There'll be live music, the Harvest Duo. The menu choices are London broil with burgundy sauce, chicken franchise, or honey garlic glazed salmon. Reservations are required. Payment and food choice must accompany the reservation. Table reservations of up to 10 can be accommodated. It's $36 per person. Checks are payable to the Town of East Fishkill, no refunds. Registration begins Monday, December 14, 2022 at the Senior Center. Reservation deadline is December 2nd, 2022. If you have any questions, you can call Susan Gartner at 226-8318 and leave a message.
Can we take that from you and then
Yes, you
copy
can
it?
have that one too, yes.
And then I'll give it back to
No,
you.
you can have that one.
Thank you.
Okay. You know, you could hang it up on the board, make some copies and
And then I'll
hang
put
them
one on your desk.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
So you
And then finally, I'd like to wish everyone a happy Thanksgiving. I hope everyone enjoys this wonderful American family holiday. And if you're traveling during it, I wish everyone a safe travels and that the airports are smooth traveling for anyone who's going to the airport. With that, I think we're done. Our next town board meeting is Wednesday, December 7th. And it's a Wednesday, not a Tuesday. Wednesday, December 7th, 2022 at 7 p.m. I make a motion to close.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Thank you very much and safe travels home. It's a little snowy tonight.
The next meeting's here.
We'll see.